Okay,
Yeah, so this is this is gonna be old blood versus the new as far as the conduit winners go, and looks like they're off.
yep, off and running. I've got Milt ahead by a fair bit, about 4 or 5 seconds, but nothing too bad. So early
Yeah,
3 bombs, early gluttony charm. Oh, that's an interesting blood shop, I'll say that much. And here we go, our first divergence in builds.
yeah, Roncli just leaving that bomb spell, but Milt going for the kill. Gonna net him that nice bomb spell and blood drum.
Yep, I think I'm probably taking that gold rapier as well if I'm going for the kill. Gold rapier, I just really like it. I don't know whether it's still a bit of infatuation from back when I used to do score running, but I rate it reasonably highly. You know, the gold kills are pretty good. Having that 2 damage early on can be a lifesaver.
I'm with you on that. I've said it before, but I think when you're in zone 1, there's only 2 base weapons worth considering swapping out your dagger for, and those are rapier and cat.
Yeah.
And gold rapier, yeah, you know, the fact that it's got that bonus to gold kills is just a nice little extra icing on the cake.
Oh, the leprechaun getting away from Milt here. Is he gonna waste a bomb? He is. He wants that lucky charm. He's not gonna let that leprechaun away with pulling any shenanigans. Both of them gonna lucky charm, actually. Let's see whether Roncli goes for... Yep, gets the barrel. Ring of Might as well. See, at this point, if you have that golden rapier, you've got a 2-3 rapier, which is, you know, pretty damn good.
Yeah, definitely. And Milt making a good push and already on to death metal. Is he gonna use that? Yeah, using that blood drum very well.
Yep, going fast, and I've just realised,
Ooh, a glass cat.
That's an interesting one. But Roncli, he gets a food shop in 1-3.
Shop
Oh,
that shop for Milt.
That's pretty good. I think immediately going to be looking to get off of this glass cat. You just want anything that's not glass at this point.
Oh, you could use that explosive mushroom to blow up the barrel, or just to attack the barrel directly.
Yeah, I think a little bit spooked with them.
Ooh, courage! Courage, glass cat!
Courage, glass cat, heavy plate, shield spell. This is a bit of a ridiculous build.
Really fast build, but it's one that can get out of hand really fast.
Yeah, gonna have to be careful. The slingshot, it'll just put you into some totally ridiculous situations now and then. I think the only thing that can improve upon a high damage slingshot is Boots of Pain, because it gives you that extra little bit of safety going forward. Although, in situations like this, yeah, that little red mimic...
there we go, finding an obsidian longsword to replace that glass cat. Definitely, I think with the heavy plate, the much better choice.
Oh, very good courage movement there from Milt. Just dodging up to avoid getting hit. I can't say that I'd have pulled that off. That was pretty good.
Roncli finishing off his death metal, getting the same glass cat.
Yep, gonna see this shop, probably also gonna think, I want a little bit of that. Does so. Shopkeeper's dead. Neither racer picking up that Ring of Becoming, which, you know, makes a lot of sense.
You got Ring of Might already. You don't wanna Heavy Plate and Ring of Becoming don't pair particularly well.
Yep. Oh, and there goes the glass cat for Roncli. Currently weaponless, trying to avoid 2 or 3 enemies.
There we go. He's making his way around. Could have used that shield spell to speed up that process a little bit, but not going to be having much of a problem with health. He's got the 5 hearts, he's got the Heavy Plate, he's got that ham, and he's got that shield spell. But the damage is going to be the problem. And I mean, Milt's already like a full... Milt is already more than a full zone ahead. He's on his 3-2, and Roncli's just approaching his 2-1 boss.
Yeah, Milt is just absolutely flying. He's got the build. All you really want with this is boots, and that's it. But even then, you don't need them. Look at the rest of his build. It's absolutely nuts.
Oh, and yeah, has the opportunity to farm up a bit on this Shrine of Chance.
Yep.
Finds a rifle, which, ooh, that's tempting with that Heavy Plate and the courage. It's actually very fast with that build.
Yeah, oh, it's a tricky one though, because I don't think a lot of players are going to be that experienced using the rifle. If I am Milt though, you've got to take that transmute, and you've got to, I think you've got to transmute spell and transmute some of those items.
Oh yeah, definitely. Maybe leave the bomb spell on the ground, because you're probably going to have to transmute whatever spell you put down. But it looks like he's just going to skip it. But yeah, at this point, like, he wants, like, a ham or something. He's still holding on to that gluttony charm.
Yeah.
They both are, in fact. I think Roncli, forgetting that he got the gluttony charm, because he's been hanging on that ham the entire time, even when he was at, like, a full 5 hearts.
Yeah, I think maybe just waiting until he finds another food item to heal him, but, you know, it's a bit of a toss-up. With only a heart and a half, I would just want to be healed.
Honestly, with heavy plate and a heart and a half and a ham, like, I'd just eat that. Just put yourself up to 6 full hearts. With heavy plate, you're probably not going to be too worried about dying, you know, getting only 6 full hearts as opposed to 8 or whatever.
Yeah. Oh, it's a bit of a tricky King Konga. Milt took a... He got poked by one of the conga lines as he was trying to go past and avoid the ice.
Milt's actually in a bit of trouble here with only 1 heart. Yeah, he's got that heavy plate, but that's still, it's only going to be 2 hits and he's done.
Yeah, he's got the better build, but he really doesn't have a good health situation. On the other hand, Roncli, he's finally used his ham. I think maybe just waiting until he took another half heart of damage so that he wouldn't use that,
That might be a potion on Milt's screen above that trap room.
Ooh, potentially.
That would really save him. Yeah, that is a potion. That is a potion.
There you go, bailed out pretty hard by the game there, but it's the kind of thing you've got to go for it. And both players, you know, they're going to see that potion unless one of them has taken space, which I don't believe anyone has. I think that's one of the other things that can sway Seeded quite a bit is space, because we've seen some really funky behaviour with the Shrine of Space. Ring of Peace as well can cause some really weird situations, because I believe barrels are treated as enemies with the way the game spawns things.
Yeah, when you have Ring of Peace, sometimes you'll find barrel rooms that only have like 2 or 3 barrels in them. Yeah. I think I've even seen one that just had 1 in the past.
Yeah,
it's a little weird.
And a race on Necrobot recently, everyone saw a black chest if you went straight up, but I believe it was Oblivion didn't. He saw a barrel, and then he found his black chest later on in the level. It was really weird. We were all really confused until, you know, he owned up that he had Ring of Peace. But it's just an example of the weird things it can do.
But yeah, there's lots of weird, subtle things that can really affect RNG in some ways. We ran into a problem in the score tourney, where because Will killed his shopkeeper on a different floor from everyone else, he got a Shrine of Phasing instead of a Shrine of War, which is really not what you want to see in a score run.
Yeah, not at all. So Milt making pretty good progress through this Zone 4. It's a bit spooky. He just burned his potion
there. There goes his
there.
potion.
Yep. Needs to
Speaking
find a lot
of kind of weird behavior, we're seeing some weird map 4 Zone 4 generation there with some overlapping trap rooms.
Yeah, they're always a little bit, I'm not going to say fun, I'll use the word interesting instead. Sometimes
if you call, sometimes you can like be phasing through walls and suddenly get dunked into a spike trap by a bounce trap hidden under the wall.
That's pretty interesting.
Milt onto his Denringer though. Looks like it's going to be a pretty textbook fight. Yeah, no problem.
Totally on the rails, on schedule, train conductors
and
perfectly
he's
happy.
Got nearly full health, heavy plate, 4 bombs and a bomb spell. Shield spell that he can cast before starting the second phase to get that shield bug.
Yeah, I haven't seen a lot of people use that so far in the season, to be fair.
Like, he could even be tanking these bombs if he really wanted to.
Oh, Dorian nearly in a nasty situation.
And Minotaurs are, light Minotaurs are fine for him. They're only gonna hit him for half a heart.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not what you want to see, though. Necrodancer just bombed out most of the stage. He's gonna have pretty much full spawns now.
Yeah, there goes your spawn minimization.
Roncli pushing super hard, burning his potion, getting onto his Dead Ringer, but I think
it may be a little bit too late.
Too late, because Milt's looking to close out this Necrodancer right now. Last hit. Gets bombed, but...
takes a, big hit, so...
Oh!
Down to half a heart!
Down to half a heart.
Is he gonna get it?
Oh,
there you go.
Close, but there it is.
Ooh. A little bit spooky,
Finishing
scary.
His Necrodancer right as Roncli's looking to
close out Dead Ringer. So yeah, there you go. Milt up 1-0 with what was ultimately a very, very close race. Man, and like the build difference as well. You know, it was pretty startling.
The builds were actually pretty similar, as far as I could tell. At least they ended up pretty much in the same spot.
I think in terms of not having like the excess health on Milt's side,
that was the main difference. I think Roncli might have found like checked a barrel or a food shop. I didn't catch where he got the all that extra health from. Presumably, probably found his food shop, used the starting gluttony charm, and was just forgetting to use the second one. But yeah, the difference of health really kind of was really the only difference we were seeing there.
I think spell-wise as well, I don't think Roncli had the same kind of spell layout as Milt.
Yeah, Milt's, that's from Milt fought the Bloodshot Keeper at the beginning for the bomb spell. They both had the shield, though, I believe.
Yeah, I think they did both have the shield.
We are rolling right into the next one.
Yep, so, early Skeleton Room, just... On Zone 1, it's one of the most frustrating things when you start to say, so I've got to deal with this, or bat rooms are worse, but Skeleton Rooms
just missed digging open those skeletons and actually found a wardroom.
Yep, nice early find. Can bail you out, you know, being able to, more so for later in the run, but being able to stay in place and stay on beat can be huge. Basically looking, it doesn't make you want to actively search for an obsidian weapon, but it certainly makes it a lot nicer once you have one.
There's also some nice little things you can do that the wardroom will give you. Ooh, that jeweled dagger in the shop though. I don't know that he's going to be able to get it. Yeah, wardroom has a lot of utility. It'll let you kill deep blues super fast. It'll let you break open crates.
Yeah, crates, barrels, you know, makes life a lot easier.
Roncli finding his transmog. Don't make the same mistake Tic Tac Foe did. Okay, he's just bombing for the map. Yeah, so Milt with the early lead, but Roncli with a far superior item composition right now. I mean, Milt's literally got nothing. He's even used his bomb. He's just on his dagger and his shovel. But Roncli, that map is going to play a huge role.
Or it would if he didn't die. It's a nasty death to take.
Roncli!
And in the meantime, Milt, he got a glass whip from his Zone 1 boss.
I still wouldn't count Roncli out. I mean, he knows where that map is. He knows where that blast helm is.
Yeah, he knows.
And
he knows
meanwhile,
what is
Milt's
where.
trying to push with a glass whip, which can go wrong so fast.
Can't forget that leather armor, man.
And Milt taking this approach on this boss pretty slow, which you kind of have to with a whip. I've always said it before, but whips are a very defensive weapon. You can't really push as hard as you would like with a whip.
Yeah, with a whip it's very much you stay away, you kind of stand your ground, and then you move forward once everything's been taken out.
So yeah, Roncli just going for the exact same build, going straight for that Shrine of Space and that Blast Helm. Nice fast kill on that Minotaur with the Blast Helm. And also, yeah, if Roncli, as I say that, he takes a hit from the Yellow Skeleton. I was going to say, if he goes for his Lucky Charm, he might find a better weapon from the boss than a Glass Whip.
Yeah,
Ooh.
hopefully
Gotta be careful with your beat buffers there. He's burning some health, buffering against walls that are costing him health.
Yeah, down to just a single heart. And it's the kind of thing, he's got a blood shovel, could accidentally burn a beat on the wrong kind of wall, and it could cost him.
He's already done that a little bit, saying nope to that exit room and just doubling back to that trapdoor.
Yeah, just no thanks. Not gonna try and push through there because it would have been risky and a big time sink.
Meanwhile, Milt's gotten off to a much better weapon. We've got an Obsidian Spear, which, you know, not the greatest, but it's a pretty solid, reliable thing to be carrying.
Significantly better and faster than a glass whip, that's for sure.
Definitely.
So
Unfortunately, yeah, Roncli, I don't think, not even taking that, sticking with the dagger over the glass whip.
Yep, I can totally understand it as well. At this point, he is playing catch up. He's not too far behind, but the gap will increase. I think he needed to take that glass whip, honestly. He needs the damage. As frustrating as whips are to work with, 4 is substantially greater than 1. That's true. That is very true. We'll see what Milt gets.
Yeah, we're seeing here. Yeah, now he's having a hard time confronting this golem, and he's dead.
So back to square one for Roncli.
At this point, we're looking at a full 2-zone lead. He's got to bank on Milt taking a dive.
Yeah, Milt doesn't look like he's going to be slowing down anytime soon. You know,
and he's got a pretty safe build with that leather armor and that helm. 1 point of defense. That's
it's pretty good.
That's
very
gonna reduce
valuable.
Pretty much everything in zone 2 down to half a heart, other than goblins and bosses. Skipping out on his leprechaun there. Roncli, I missed what happened. He just looks like he just reset.
Yeah, I think he took a nasty hit, so decided to just reset. Yep, doing it again after getting hit by the green dragon there.
You can't, like, I don't know that you can afford to keep reset. I guess at this point he knows that he's far enough behind that he needs Milt to take a death, so he just wants to get a nice, safe run going.
Yeah, if Milt's going to die, then he wants to be prepared. Which is, I think, a perfectly valid strategy, you know, especially with how far ahead Milt is too. You know, he's only zone 3 boss. You've seen an entire zone of this seed.
All that said about Milt having a pretty safe build, he did take a pretty nasty beating in that last zone, going down from, I believe he was at 3.5 hearts down to just 2.
Yeah, it's the danger to zone 3, man. It is a spooky place.
If I were Milt, I'd be checking that shop on the left. Could be a conjurer. Might be able to find some boots, some better armor.
Yeah, you've got to go back and check it now, just to see. Maybe it's a transmog? I don't think you've seen these.
No, it was a level 1 wall, so it's either the conjurer, arena, or shriner.
Oh, my bad. I play this game.
Ooh, that Shrine of Peace though. That can really help him out. Yeah, going for that straight away.
Yeah, burn your bomb. Just not guarantee your run, but certainly make it a lot closer to being.
That said, we're seeing this again. He is on a bomb spell. He has no physical bombs. So unless some bombs show up or he finds like a blood shovel and some health, he's going to be having a pretty slow, risky Necrodancer again.
Okay, Roncli back to his King Konga fight. Only had the one bomb. Oh, he really doesn't want that glass whip, but I think at this point I may be coming around to your way of thinking. You gotta take it now. Gets hit, doesn't get anything, and resets. I think that's a bad. If at this point you're screen watching.
At this point, I think I understand that he's wanting to to just assemble a safe build for in case Milt dies, but
Milt's on
if
4-3 though.
And if Milt's watching it all and he sees that he's just resetting in 1-1 over and over, Milt's just gonna take it really easy.
Yeah, exactly. You've still got to put a bit of pressure on the guy, even if he's super far ahead. You're gonna make him keep pushing. It's a safe build, but everyone knows that in Necrodancer you can go from 0 to shit on in a split second. I don't agree with that Ring of Might pickup. I think I would have kept the piece. Then again, he does have his 4 bombs now, so he might just be thinking, I don't really need it for the...
Yeah, it's only going to affect the Necrodancer fight, and yeah, I don't think he's really concerned about that at all. I think he just wants the extra damage to kind of just push through the remainder of the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah, super fast Deadringer thanks to the Earthquake Scroll. And he has the bombs for the Necrodancer, so...
Yep, no button puzzles this time.
Other than the one right at the door, which he struggled a little bit with. But...
To be fair, it is the hardest button puzzle in the Necrodancer fight. Critical too. You don't get that one right, well... Oh, Dorian taking a hit early in the fight from that Minotaur. Should all be reasonably under control though. No spawn minimization, which is...
Yeah, I thought he was gonna Blood Bomb to keep the one turnip on the stage, but... Oh, there we are seeing the dreaded Necrodancer Red Dragon. But handles it no problem.
I remember when we first started playing Zone 4, seeing that Red Dragon in this fight was just it was a spell, a recipe, sorry, for disaster.
And that's gonna do it. Milt takes this one as well.
Yep, there you go. So Milt up 2-0. Roncli, couple of misplays that really cost him. And that Zone 2 just couldn't...
I think we're seeing a little bit of tilt on Roncli's side. He had a pretty good run going, but after that first death, it was a lot of Zone 1 resets. If I were him, I'd just, take a couple minutes, catch your breath, just calm your nerves a little bit before going into this third one.
Yeah, get yourself a glass of water, just kind of calm yourself down, and because Roncli is by no means a bad racer at all. He was with Milt for almost the entirety of that first race. Yeah, the second one was a bad one, but I haven't seen anything that makes me think that he couldn't take one off of Milt. Milt is playing super well. I don't want to take anything away from him. I just don't think it's Roncli's finest hour.
And yeah, that's definitely a little bit of week 1 nerves coming into play. I think we're seeing that across the board from a lot of racers who would otherwise be much stronger. Speaking for myself mainly there, I died to Congo 1 in my first race, so...
Yeah, week 1 it can be... It's an interesting one, that's for sure. I just think we've seen a couple of results we maybe didn't expect in week 1, and a couple of plays also.
And we're looks like we're starting our last one here.
Yep, I've got them about 5 seconds apart, which has been the norm. It's not too bad. So early torch, which is... It can be handy, especially the basic torch. I really don't value torches too highly. Like, I can go a whole run without one and never really find a moment being like, oh, I really wish I had a torch. Now and then in Zone 3. But
that's definitely something that's changed quite a bit in the meta of racing over the time. I mean, it used to be one of the first things we'd... Oh, and Bilt taking a dunk from a Red Dragon trapdoor. But, we used to, value torches pretty highly to help us read maps. But, as we've, figured out how the map generation tends to work, and realized that, hey, less torch vision means less aggro from enemies, a lot of racers even prefer to not have a torch.
Yeah, I know Jack was talking about recently. He likes having a glass torch for Zone 3 because it does help so much with reading Zone 3. Because as far as we've deciphered, Zone 3 is still totally random with its generation. But as soon as he hits Zone 4, or right before he hits it, he wants to get that thing broken. because it helps so much in Zone 4. It's already really tight rooms filled to the brim with enemies. You don't want to be attracting any more than you absolutely
Milt
have to.
almost going down on the trapdoor again. Got cornered with the red bat and the red dragon a little bit. Down to half a heart.
Yep, nasty situation.
Roncli found a blast helm at some point. Definitely in a way better situation than Milt is right now. Although that said, Milt taking a blood broadsword, which will give him really high damage at least for a little while with that half a heart he's sporting.
Yep, and I think you're seeing there the difference between Lucky Charm and not. Milt getting that blood broadsword, like you said, but no sign of it on Roncli's side.
I think that might be where he got the blast helm from. I missed the pickup.
Yeah.
That said, they're down to deep blues at pretty much identical times.
Yep, Milt, I don't think knows the third row. It didn't look like an opening where you couldn't third row safe. In fact, third row is always safe. As far as I'm aware,
sorry. Cleaning up pretty well. We'll see what they get in Lucky Charm versus non-Lucky Charm chests. I imagine they're probably both going to check black.
Yep.
Roncli with an obsidian long,
and glass
Milt with a glass broad.
Ooh, now that is interesting.
Oh, and also checking the shops here. Roncli swapping the blast helm out to a crown of thorns. Milt's killing his shopkeeper, surprisingly. I guess maybe he wants to get off the glass.
Yeah, gets the extra heart containers and the blood shovel too. No miner's cap in sight.
Ooh, and Roncli bombing that, trying to pace for Boots of Leaping, really pushing through those first couple of rooms with it.
Yep, he just wants to go. Definitely wants to try and get a point on the board here.
Milt also electing to take the Boots of Leaping.
And he's going to take
toggles them off immediately though, so
yeah.
I think he's
a little less comfortable with them.
The usage a little on the lighter side compared to Roncli by the looks of it.
Yeah,
and
taking the spear over the broadsword as well. Titanium's a bit of a weird one. I don't know. What do you feel taking the titanium spear over the broadsword?
Especially considering you're running leaping and aren't going to be able to throw that spear. I'm broadsword all the way.
Yeah. I mean, normally I'm a huge proponent of having that extra bit of range, but like you said, with the leaping, you gotta take the broadsword.
Yeah, having the leaping, if you have the leaping enabled, it's gonna nullify what, like, a lot of players like having the spear as that little, little buffer space in front of you.
Exactly.
To just kind of give you a little room for error, so you don't fly just send yourself flying into enemies. But with leaping on, you kind of lose that with the spear, because you can still do exactly that by moving 2 tiles at once. Although again, Milt, it looks like he's planning on keeping the leaping off for most of the run. Although that's
apart from right there, which ends up costing.
He just turned him on for death metal and took a hit for it. So.
Oh, a little bit spooky with the shopkeeper's ghost.
The shopkeeper ghost. Oh, and right on cue, right as soon as Milt dies, Roncli finds his food shop, and it's a ham food shop.
Yep,
he's gonna transition to a super safe build very easily at this point.
All he needs now is to find some armor, even if it was just like leather armor. Give you that extra.
Yeah, get some armor. Maybe even swap off those leaping boots. Yeah, he has plenty of time to do whatever he likes to kind of change his build up if he wants something a little safer.
He's got that 2-zone lead. He really doesn't have to worry. Doesn't take the pickaxe. Very good. Oh no, goes back and grabs it actually. Oh, he's gonna hope he doesn't find a blood drum at some point.
Yeah, that's generally not much of a concern, because you're generally only getting that blood drum if you're killing the blood shopkeeper.
That is true. Yeah, it is very. There's limited situations you find it. I can't remember. Ooh.
Oh, Milt getting himself cornered again and going down once again. Roncli finding a pretty interesting shop here. He could buy that fear scroll and take that jeweled dagger if he wants.
You don't have it.
Actually, scratch that. He even has the money to just buy the jeweled dagger outright.
Yep, here you go.
Here's his. Find a conjure. There's some plate mail.
Not buying boots though.
Not
Says
buying
no
boots,
thank
sticking
you.
with leaping.
Wants to keep his frog socks. Gotta say, if you're Roncli and you're screen watching, you're really not feeling under too much pressure at all. I think at this point you can just take your time, relax, have a deep breath.
We're seeing an almost exact mirror of the last race, where we had Roncli take an early death and just spend most of the rest of the race dying and resetting in Zone 1. And now we've seen Milt take a death, and now he's been in Zone 1 for the last, 3 minutes or so.
Yeah, it doesn't look like there's gonna be much of a comeback mounted by Milt here. You never know, Roncli could still die, it's unlikely, but a hit or two on Goo?
Oh, Milt's messing up the, not quite doing the Deep Blue's throw strat correctly and having to reset. So he's still in Zone 1. Fortunately, maybe seeing a little bit of tilt after that death.
Yeah, and in the meantime, Milt, he's just plowing on through. He picked up a defense charm out of the red chest, I believe it's the red chest.
Yeah, that's really good.
Which is that nice little bit of armor on top of your plate mail, you know, at that point you're pretty stacked. And then look at this, heart
And we have a
why not?
full 10 hearts with Crown of Thorns and two full points of defense. This is, it doesn't get much safer than this.
Yeah, there's, again, boots, but at this point I don't think you care at all. It's not even a thought in your mind. You're happy with your frog socks for the Necrodancer fight. Not that you need the speed. I would swap them out if I found other boots, but I'm not concerned about not having other boots.
Yeah, pretty much the only things he's got to be concerned about at all at this point is he's got to watch for Goo. His Deadringer can't go completely wild off the rails, and he's got to make sure Dorian doesn't get dunked. But otherwise, there's not much that's going to be threatening him at all. Nothing can really hit him for anything that won't just be healed by a few kills with that Crown of Thorns.
And then if he really wants it, he's got the Holy Warder as well. You take that over the apple. But it's one of these things. I maybe just I'll use it as essentially a bomb at this point. You're not going to use that to heal unless you get into a god awful situation.
Milt getting onto his Deep Blues again with a pretty good build, but I mean it's
a little too late.
It's Zone 2 versus Zone 4 at this point.
Yeah, and on top of that, doesn't get anything from his Zone 1 boss chest either, dropping a beat.
Yeah, Roncli, he has the build to just kind of face tank a whole lot of damage, but he's still playing it safe. He wants to keep all 10 of those heart containers intact.
Yeah, just what he wants to make sure he gets a point on the board, and he knows he's under no pressure whatsoever. I agree with slow playing it to the extent that he is. I don't think you could really begrudge him his strat here.
Definitely not.
Nasty Goo situation in the room, gets out of it without taking a hit, thankfully. And then Milt was, I think, one square away from his shopkeeper ghost getting them again.
Yeah, full 2-zone difference, both on their respective bosses right now.
Yep, Milt again dropped a beat on his boss.
I don't know if he even cares at this point. I think he knows that
go. You've got it. You just got it. It doesn't matter. Checking a chest, that takes up too much time.
Although at this point, if he knows where Roncli is, I think he has to bank on like Dorian dying or something. Maybe kind of do what Roncli was going for last game, where he was trying to build up a really strong, safe build, and he gets stomped on by the Skeleton Rider.
Yep, there you go.
And
Just
there's the pause. Looks like he's throwing in the towel on this one.
yeah, I think he knows that we're about to reach the conclusion of this race with Roncli on his Necrodancer fight.
Necrodancer not even really spawning anything particularly threatening. It's just been a couple nightmares.
Couple nightmares, and then speaking of
Another
one.
nightmare. And yeah, he forgot about his leaping.
It turns them on just to get out. He said, "I gotta get out of this place." So yeah, there you go, Milt winning 2-1. With what was a very even match series. You know, the first race was very close, and then the second ones, like Spoody said, were basically mirror images of one another in terms of someone going down and then just not really